In India, we're all chasing that dream salary, right? That one magic number that makes us feel like, yep, I've made it, I'm rich. But what if I told you that number completely depends on where you live? Today, we're going to break down what it really takes to join India's top 1%. So, let's just throw a number out there. 25 lakh rupees a year. Sounds pretty great, doesn't it? For a lot of people, that's the dream. If you're earning that much, you're probably thinking, yeah, I've done it, I'm rich. But are you really? Well, check this out. According to recent data, the national average to get into the top 1% of earners in India is right around 22 lakh rupees a year. So if you're making 25 lakhs, hey, congratulations. On a national level, you are absolutely in that top 1%. But, and this is a huge but, the story is nowhere near that simple. You see, when it comes to income, there's no one-size-fits-all rule in India. This country is so diverse, it's almost like several different countries rolled into one. And where you make your money, well, that changes everything. All right, so let's start with the places where cracking into that top 1% club is the toughest. I'm talking about the super rich states, where the financial bar is set very, very high. Now, the list you're seeing here is pretty interesting. I mean, Goa makes sense, right? It's a huge hub for tourism and wealthy migrants, which drives up the average income. And Delhi, of course, is the center of business and politics, packed with high-earning business owners. But Sikkim? Why is a tiny state like that ahead of even Mumbai? The reason is, well, it's pretty shocking. And there it is. This one fact explains everything. Under Section 1026AA of the Income Tax Act, residents of Sikkim are exempt from paying income tax. That means whatever they earn is their actual take-home pay. Their real disposable income just skyrockets, which pushes that top 1% threshold way, way up. Okay, let's move on to our next category and see how this story plays out. We're talking about the job hubs, the states where everyone flocks for those high-paying corporate jobs, and where one smart move can totally change your financial game. You see, in places like Mumbai or Bengaluru, the problem is that everyone is making good money. High-paying corporate jobs are pretty common. So to really stand out from the crowd and break into that elite top 1%, you don't just need a good job. You need to be way, way up on that corporate ladder. Now this slide, this is where it gets really mind-blowing. Imagine you're earning 15 lakh a year. In Mumbai, you're living a pretty average middle-class life. But take that exact same salary and move to a city like Lucknow, and statistically, you are richer than 99% of the people there. My friend, you are now in the top 1% club. Same money, totally different world. And there's actually a name for this concept. It's called Geo-arbitrage. It's the strategy of earning a big city salary, maybe by working remotely, while you enjoy the low costs and relaxed lifestyle of a smaller town. You get a bigger house, less stress, and your money just goes so much further. Okay, so we've seen where it's hardest to get rich. Now, get ready for what might be the most shocking part of this whole breakdown. Let's look at the places where getting into the top 1% is surprisingly easy. So what do you think the magic number is here? After seeing how high the bar is in places like Delhi and Goa, what could the threshold possibly be in these other parts of India? You ready for this? 70,000 rupees per month. That's it. If you earn around 70 to 80,000 rupees a month in certain parts of India, congratulations, you are already at the very top of the economic pyramid there. And where are these places? We're talking about Ladakh, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and many of the northeastern states. In these regions, an income that might be considered just slightly above average in a metro city puts you right among the highest earners. So after looking at all these different landscapes, from the highs of Sikkim to the plains of Uttar Pradesh, what does this all tell us about what wealth really means? Here's the biggest takeaway. Wealth isn't some absolute number. It is relative. Your financial standing, how rich you feel and actually are, is almost entirely defined by your surroundings, by the cost of living and the average income of the people around you. This quote really sums it all up perfectly. An annual salary of 15 lakhs might feel inadequate in the high-cost environment of Goa, but that very same amount makes you a top-tier earner in a state like Uttar Pradesh. It's all about context. And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. When it comes to your career and your life, what's more important to you? Would you rather be a small fish in a big competitive pond or a big fish in a small pond? The answer to that could redefine your entire idea of success.